Alright, this is a Garnt video I wanted to check out. IGN doesn't understand anime characters. Let's take a look.
To number 16. Moving on to number 16, we have...
It's the top 30 list or something?
16! 16! Guts! It's 16! What? No. Oh no. Hello, my...
You know, I like to look up top 10 lists all the time for just like random shit. A lot of anime stuff. Like top 10, you know, strongest characters in X anime, or top 10 episodes in X anime or whatever. And I'll be scrolling. I'll look. I'll see IGN at the top of the list usually, and I usually skip IGNs. I usually go for like Reddit or something. But yeah, IGN lists are, I don't know. They're just not that great for some reason.
Weebs and gamers, what we are going to be doing today, I fucking love it when gaming journalism organization tries to write about anime, and I've gone through a few
Tanjiro would wash
journalism organization.
Tanjiro would wash Jesus at his base form. What the fuck? Oh, I hope that's a real article. That's awesome. Nah, it's not. By D's nuts.
About anime.
Oh, that'd be
I've
awesome.
Gone through a few of their lists in previous streams before. We've done IGN, we have done Kotaku, we've done Game Rants. What are we doing today? We are going back to IGN, baby, because I found that they made a list for the top 25 greatest anime characters of all time.
Oh, interesting. Top 25. Okay, well, we already see, yeah, Naruto, Sailor Moon, Luffy, Goku, and someone else I can't really see behind them. Yeah, Who would be on the list? Yeah, but we already saw Guts. Top 25 greatest anime characters of all time. Is it just protagonists? There's no way it's just protagonists. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
IGN undoubtedly had the worst list. It's IGN, so there are probably going to be some shonen characters in here, but you know...
Oh, it's probably going to be all shonen. Oh, that's a good point. Holy shit, I didn't think about that. Wow. Huh.
Depending on who it is, I might let it pass, because if we're talking about the greatest anime characters of all time, there are some iconic anime characters that might not be as compelling as other characters in their medium, but they still have that lineage behind them.
Is it all going to be... Nah, it's not going to... I wonder how many of these animes characters are going to be like animes in the top 10 years. Or top 10... Last... to the top lists are on my mind. Last 10 years.
At number 25,
Astro Boy. Okay, interesting.
I'll actually be honest, I haven't actually seen Astro Boy, but
me neither.
When I talk about
that's old school,
anime
classic,
characters, yeah. I did say earlier that I feel like their lineage has to play an important part. And you know, if we're going to talk about lineage, what has a bigger lineage than the first anime that was basically ever made? It might be nostalgia, but I feel like Astro Boy has played a big role in the history of the medium that we're watching now. So, okay. Number 25, I will actually allow that. I don't actually know if he is a good character because I haven't actually watched Astro Boy, but as the last character on this list, I'll allow the character that allowed anime to get made. Number 24, Vash the Stampede.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, we're starting off with some classics. I like it.
We are off to a good start. I actually think that's a fair rating. Only number 24th? Okay. Here's the thing. Vash is a fucking brilliant character. I wouldn't say that Trigun holds up to some...
I need to watch the new Trigun. I've heard mixed reviews. Some people say it's really good. Some people say it's really bad.
Some of the very, very, very best anime that's ever been made, especially if we're talking about the OG Trigun, but it's still...
Yeah, I kind of feel like Trigun is kind of like a cult classic in a way.
I wouldn't say that Trigun holds up to some of the very, very, very best anime that's ever been made, especially if we're talking about the OG Trigun, but it's still pretty damn good. Trying to like take nostalgia out of it, because I did actually rewatch...
It's been a while since I've watched the original.
Old Trigun, since I watched the new Trigun remake by Studio Orange, and the new Trigun remake is fucking insane. I love the new Trigun remake. Studio Orange have done an amazing job, and not enough people are watching it.
What the heck is Trigun? Oh no, we got some young bucks in the chat.
If you haven't watched the Trigun remake, please go watch the Trigun remake. But I will say, I don't think this is a fault of Studio Orange. I do think that the character writing in the original Trigun was a little, not a little better, but I feel like the characters felt a little more fleshed out. And part of the big reason for that, we've only had 12 episodes or 13 episodes of the Trigun remake, and the original Trigun had like 26 episodes. So it's not really a fair comparison. I do generally think that Vash is a very, very interesting character. Like, I think the concept of Vash as a character is super, super interesting. Taking a pacifist and trying to limit test how far you can be a pacifist in...
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, I totally forgot. Wait, he doesn't kill people, right? Am I remembering that right?
A kind of like post-apocalyptic world. I think that's a really, really interesting
concept.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
The good thing about the remake so far
Forgot about
is
that. It's
the
been so long.
animation has been stellar. The world building has been stellar. I think the world is way more interesting in the remake than it was in the original. But I think so far the characters have been more interesting in the original. But Vash the Stampede is number 24. I'll allow it.
Yeah, Vash is a really or not. Wait, yeah, Vash. Yeah, what am I saying? Yeah, Vash is a very likable character.
Number 23, Lelouch Lamperouge.
Lelouch, interesting.
Okay, that's pretty low. That's pretty low.
Oh, he'd
rate
Lelouch higher.
At least he's on there. Astro Boy, you get a lowercase W for that. Vash the Stampede, I will also give you a lowercase W for that. Lelouch Lamperouge is also just a lowercase.
Wonder what Garnt's top 25 list would be. Oh, he'd probably spend like weeks coming up with the list, doing in-depth research, constantly readjusting the list. And even at the end, he probably wouldn't be satisfied with it.
In terms of iconic anime characters that have come out in like the past 20 years, in terms of compelling anime characters, I mean, there's a reason why Code Geass took over the anime community back in the late 2000s. I still think
I watched Code Geass late, so I wasn't there for like the hype of it.
Interesting character.
I did see his face all over the place though.
Code Geass R2, very fucking messy in terms of its character writing. Yes, it was. I think that Lelouch should at least be in the top 15. I think that Code Geass has the best ending in all of anime. No other anime has made me feel the emotions that I have felt at the ending of Code Geass. Lelouch's journey at the end of Code Geass.
I did cry. And he said, "I destroyed the world and rebuilt it for you."
It's something that is going to stick with me until the end of my life. And that's why I think that Lelouch should be way fucking higher. Moving on to number 22, we have Light Yagami.
Wow, that's low. That's low. That's low. That should be higher. He should be higher. He should be higher.
Okay, put it interesting.
Maybe L should be higher. Maybe Light. Yeah, I think L should definitely be higher than. Actually, I don't know. That's a good point. Wow. Light or L? Who should be higher? That is really an interesting question. Because they're. Oh man, it's such a great series. Such well-written characters.
Putting Light and Lelouch right next to each other, I can see it again. I think this is way too low.
Oh, they are kind of similar characters,
way too fucking
That's
low.
funny.
Am I about to reignite a more than decade-old fucking internet argument? Should the Light be above Lelouch? This is my personal feelings, but
is this really an old?
I think Lelouch should be above Light. Let me cook for a second, guys. Let me cook before I set fire to the chat. I think part of the reason Death Note was so compelling. I mean, Light is a very good character. I think he deserves to be on this list, and the
question is like, who's more influential or who's the better character? Because influential may be Lelouch, but do I think Light's a better character? I don't know, man.
I think he deserves
That's
to be
tough.
higher. One thing that was compelling about Death Note wasn't just Light. It was Light and
L. Yeah, there you go.
Like with Vash and Wolfwood, the story of Death Note wouldn't work without Light and L. And yes, Lelouch did have Suzaku in Code Geass to
fuck Suzaku.
Doing, but I feel like Lelouch is way more important to the story of Code Geass as a solo character than Light is to Death Note. I just think, for me personally,
I don't know about that.
Kind of just edges out Light in terms of my personal preference, but it's not that much of a difference. I do think that they are very, very close in terms of where they should be in the list. I just think they should both be.
I hope Aaron is number one or this list is a scam. There's no shot that Aaron's number one. For the list of the most influential anime characters? No way, dude. It has to be either Goku or Naruto. Or Goku, Naruto, or Luffy. For like influential anime characters, I don't think Aaron has that much influence. Like the series, I think, has a lot of influence, but I don't know if Aaron has a lot of influence by himself.
Higher. Both of them should be top 15 in this list at the very least. I will give.
Honestly, it's probably gonna be Goku. He's like the OG. OG shonen.
Lelouch
So many. He influenced so many shonen
have
series.
liked a small W. They should be way higher. Moving on to number 21, we have Dio Brando from JoJo's
Dio.
Bizarre Adventure.
Wow. Okay.
You know what? W. There is so many great characters in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right? There's so
Okay.
many.
So far, okay. So far, we're getting into this list, and he's agreed with like pretty much every character on the list.
Great characters. But if we're going to talk about who is
They've
the
all been
face
W's?
of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it's pretty much going to boil down to Jotaro or Dio. And as much as I
True.
like Jotaro, I got to choose Dio. In terms of like JoJo characters, I have characters that I think are more compelling. For example, I don't even think that Dio is the best villain in JoJo. That goes to Kira. But if we're talking about the face of a franchise, if we're talking about the lineage of a character, Dio's is
where
the
it
villain of
starts.
JoJo. Basically,
Yep.
in almost
The
every
origin.
part, you can feel his presence. You can feel Dio's presence, no matter which part you're on. But there has not been another JoJo villain that has embodied the final boss energy as much as Dio did in part 3. Dio was that final boss that you grinded to in your RPG, man. He not only embodied final boss energy, but he absolutely delivered in being the final boss of that arc. I think he should be a bit higher. Moving on to number 20. Getting into the top 20 now, guys. We have Gon Freaks. Okay. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting a bit worried. A lot of the
Gon
characters
should be a little higher.
of the series that I would have put way higher
Yeah.
are starting to show up.
I wonder if Killua will be
pretty
on this
low
list.
on the list. Hunter x Hunter isn't as iconic as some other shonen, but it is
I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not as iconic, but it's still pretty iconic.
personally top 2 shonen for me. Hunter x Hunter, I think, has some of the best
Top
character
2, wow.
writing in all of the shonen genre in general. Do I think Gon is the most compelling character in Hunter x Hunter? No, I don't think Gon is the most compelling character in Hunter x Hunter, but I do still think he's a really good character. Oh my god, there are so many amazing and compelling characters in Hunter x Hunter that I guess he wins by default about who
he's the
should
main
be
character.
representing Hunter x Hunter in
Yeah.
the greatest anime characters list of all time. But
Most influential.
Ging? yeah, let's put Ging
Ging.
on here.
Oh my
if I
god.
had to pick one character that
What,
I think
Hisoka?
is the greatest
Killua?
character in Hunter x Hunter, it would probably be Meruem.
Meruem. Ooh, Meruem's a great character. I don't know if he's greater than the other character. I mean, his character arc is really well written. Yeah, his character arc is so well done. How he starts off as like a monster and then he kind of gains humanity by the end of it.
He's one of the best villains in not just shonen, in all of anime.
That is
All
true.
right,
That is
moving
true.
on. Number 19, Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, I've never seen Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think it's nostalgia bait. Ghost in the Shell obviously has the lineage in it. I don't remember much about her character though. Like, I fucking love Ghost in the Shell, especially Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, but it was less to do with the characters and it was more to do with the ideas that the series explored than the characters. To me, Makoto Kusanagi is an iconic anime character. She will always be an iconic anime character in the history of anime. But to me, she was more of a vessel to tell the stories and the ideas that Ghost in the Shell wanted to tell. Was she a badass fucking character? Yes. Was she a badass female character?
First female
Yes,
character
she
on the
was
list. That's
badass,
cool.
But in terms of compelling characters, I don't think she's.
Well,
as
she'd be the
compelling
only
as
one.
Some other characters that could be on this list. But I think Makoto Kusanagi might be in the right place. It depends on who else is on this list. I'll give this one a small W. I think she should be lower because I can think of way more interesting characters than her. Moving on to number 18, we have.
Levi Ackerman.
At 18? We got an Attack on Titan character?
Okay.
No. Okay, this is way too low, and it is the wrong pick as well.
I think it should
knew
be
an Attack
Eren.
on Titan character would be on this.
Is Levi more influential than Eren? Oh god, dude. Maybe. Honestly, maybe.
list, okay? Of course an Attack on Titan character.
I think if they made a poll for like favorite Attack on Titan character, I honestly think Levi would win.
would be on this list. But how are you not gonna put Eren Yeager on this list? What?
Levi's
in terms
cooler.
of greatest anime characters, Eren's journey is fucking insane. I say that in a cast of fucking insane anime characters. You have Levi, you have Erwin. You have all of these characters who have
Erwin's
depth
pretty
to them,
sick.
who have more than one layer to them, and Levi is definitely one of them. But come on, man. We are going to be talking about what Eren chose.
But this is influential characters, though. Not like, I don't know. It's the word influential is kind of like sticking in my brain. Not so much as like best character, but influential character. And I think Levi is like probably the most popular character in Attack on Titan.
to do.
If that's what I'm getting by what they mean by influential. Or do they mean influential like in the series? I don't know,
For
man.
fucking years. I think that like how we still talk about
Breaking my brain.
Lelouch's journey and Lelouch's sacrifice at the end of Code Geass, I also think that we're still going to be talking about the decisions that Eren has made. And that's why I think he is easily one of the most iconic anime characters of all time and one of the most compelling anime characters of all time. So I think that Attack on Titan should be way higher. And I don't think it should be Levi. I think it should be Eren. Moving on to number 17, we have
Kakashi.
Kakashi was their pick for Naruto over Levi.
Okay, there's gonna be multiple characters from Naruto. I mean, from different shows. I don't know why he's saying from Naruto. Naruto's 100% gonna be on this list.
Over Gon, over Dio, over Light, over Lelouch. Okay. You know what?
Yeah, look, someone was saying there could be more than one anime. There could be more than one character from an anime.
I mean, I like Kakashi.
Come on.
Kakashi's nice. Kakashi's cool. Would I pick Kakashi versus over some of the other characters in Naruto? Probably not.
I don't know. I think he's stuck on the idea that it's just one character from each
Nostalgia,
anime.
right? He has the fangirls. He's sexy behind that mask. I'm surprised they picked Kakashi over any of the main characters. Man.
Naruto is going to be on the list,
the
my
iconic
dude.
characters. We're gonna pick the fan favorite. We're gonna go with Kakashi. I don't think Kakashi should be on this list. This is an L for me, man. Kakashi
Yeah, I don't know if Kakashi should be on the list, honestly. Either.
is great. I have a lot of nostalgia for Kakashi and for Naruto, but I don't
definitely in
think
the
that
top
he
for
deserves to be
Naruto,
on a list
but
for the greatest
yeah.
anime characters of all time.
It's not greatest. It's most influential. Isn't that right? Am I remembering it wrong? Oh, it is 25 greatest anime. Oh, why did I think it was influential? Oh, I'm an idiot.
If it was is great. Go with Kakashi.
Where did I get the word
I don't think
influential
Kakashi
stuck in my
should be
head?
on this list. This is for Kakashi and for Naruto, but I don't think that he deserves to be on. a
Okay,
list
greatest
for
anime. Okay,
the
never mind then. Oh
greatest
shit.
anime
Okay, L.
characters of all time. Maybe if it was another Naruto character. This is a competitive list. We do not have space for okay. Moving on to number 16, we have
Guts.
16 Guts is 16. What? No. Oh, no.
If they
He's
put
not even
Deku
top
over
10?
Guts, that's gonna be
Not
fucked.
even top 10? In what world is Guts or
Oh,
Griffith not
no.
in the top 10 best anime characters of all time? This is top 5 at the very least, man. Absolutely no way. I don't even care that he's on this list. I don't care. This is a capital L, man. This is a fucking capital L because you know what? Even a toddler would know that Guts deserves to be on this list. And even a toddler would know that he would be one of the greatest
Tanjiro
anime
clears.
and manga characters of all time.
Oh, no, dude.
I need to cool down.
They put
I need
Tanjiro or
to cool
Deku
down.
over
Let's
Guts.
talk about Berserk, one of the greatest stories that has been told in this medium. Arguably one of the most iconic and critically acclaimed characters that we can think of. Oh my god, there's 15 more people above Guts. I'm just gonna have to like process that for a second. There is a world where you can maybe argue that there are some more iconic and better characters than Guts. This list is not long, guys. I'm trying to think of a list where you can make that argument, and there might be a few, but the list is that long, guys. I'm not even going to entertain this. This is an L. This is a capital L. I don't care that Guts is on this list. We're moving
Kirito?
on because,
Oh,
I
God,
don't wanna
dude.
cry.
Oh,
Moving
no.
on to number 15.
Better than Guts?
Kirito, the real black swordsman.
Hey,
Can you
there you go.
imagine? I would not put it past them to do it. Number 15, we have Lupin the Third. Okay,
Oh, there you go.
Lupin I'll allow this.
Not bad.
Lupin the Third is also another iconic anime character in the entire
I've never
history
seen it.
of anime and manga. He's just a great character.
But I know
he
of
has
it.
the lineage behind him. And also, genuinely, he's just a joy to watch. He's had so many iterations. I don't even think you can like analyze him as a singular character because he's kind of like Sherlock Holmes in that kind of sense where he's had so many different iterations, so many different series, and so many takes on his character that it's kind of impossible to analyze him as a singular character. But he definitely deserves to be on this list. And actually, I think it's about right to put him at number 15. I lost my head seeing Guts at number 16, but you know what? Arsene Lupin the Third, you actually get a capital W from me. IGN, I think that he is actually in the perfect place. Moving on to number 14, we have... Wait, we're doing 2 characters per series?
Yeah.
No,
You didn't know that?
No, don't do this. Oh, the list is dead, guys. The list is dead.
You didn't know that?
There's a chance that the top 5 could be all Dragon Ball characters. Remember when I said that I agreed with IGN for picking Dio over Jotaro? Well, that sentence aged like milk, didn't it? We do deserve a JoJo's Bizarre... Fuck, I was praising IGN, and now I'm gonna have to go back on my words. I've already said what I needed to say. I do think it should be either Jotaro or Dio getting a place on this list, but IGN, pick one, IGN. Stop being greedy. You made the W choice, and then you fumbled it. What if people don't think that I'm a real JoJo fan? Okay, IGN, okay, we get it, IGN, you suck cock. Okay, I understand.
Jesus Christ.
Moving on to number 13.
Oh, he's getting salty. He's getting salty. Zoro. Okay, that's pretty good.
One Piece.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I already know that there's going to be more than one Piece.
Oh yeah, Luffy's up there for
on
sure.
this list. I just wish IGN. You know what? I'm a Zoro fan, but if Luffy is on this list, which I guarantee Luffy is gonna be on this
top 3
list,
for sure.
this is an L. If we have repeats, that's an automatic L from me.
What?
IGN.
Why?
Zoro, he's my personal favorite of the Straw Hat crew. He's not my favorite character, but Zoro's my guy. Having said that, if I had to put someone on the list, it wouldn't be Zoro. Moving on to number 12, we have...
Oh no, they did it. Oh no, they did it. They did it. Above Guts. Above Guts.
Not again. Why is Tanjiro above Guts? Demon Slayer is going to be iconic. I don't know. It is one of the most popular anime of the modern day. There is an argument that could be made that Demon Slayer is going to be an iconic anime. There is. I'm trying to be unbiased, okay? I'm trying my best. When a decade passes, we're going to have plenty of kids that are gonna grow up and they're gonna look at Demon Slayer the same way that we look at Naruto or Dragon Ball. Can we say that? But that was the biggest but I've said in my life. To me, a lot of Demon Slayer comes down in the hype of its anime. I do not even think that despite how much I have clowned on My Hero Academia in the past, I do not think that Demon Slayer has more compelling characters than the characters in My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, My Hero definitely has better character writing.
I believe I just said that. But in terms of the top anime characters of all time, no, that's an L. That's a capital L. Moving on to number 11, we have L from...
Hey, there you go.
Okay, you get an L for being a repeat. What can be more poetic than L getting an L? Having said that, L above Light. Okay, so let's shift the conversation. There being
L above Light,
100% characters on this list. Does L deserve to be above Light in this list?
Yes.
And I'm gonna say no. If I had to pick between L and Light, which it's very, very, very hard to pick, just because I think both of them exist in a duo, as I've already said. Number 1, L took the L, but number 2, I do think Light is slightly more interesting than L is. L, to me, is a little bit too quirky. You know, he's like, oh, look at me, I'm like, oh, give me some coffee, give me some coffee, let me have the sugar. To me, Light actually feels like L better. He could be an interesting character in like any live action show. If Light existed in real life, it would completely fuck up the world, but it's an interesting idea. L is XQC IRL. Oh my god.
I mean, he does sit like L, yeah.
All right. No, why are you gonna say that? Oh shit, you're so right. All right, guys. Top 10. Are we ready for the top 10? We already know that Guts isn't in the top 10. All right, moving on to number 10. we have
Ooh, okay.
Kenshin Himura. W.
That's
It's
a W, yeah,
unfortunate
yeah.
what has happened to the legacy of Rurouni Kenshin, but Kenshin's a fucking great character. And I'd forgotten, because I'd kind of just like shuffled it away in my mind, how good of a character he was and how good of a shonen Rurouni Kenshin is. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give this one a W. He's similar in Vash in that sense. I think he's even more compelling than Vash is. Kenshin is a fucking amazing story, and Himura Kenshin is an amazing character. All right, moving on to number 9. We have Shinji Hikari. Okay, guys, bias here. W, absolute fucking W. All right, get the L's out of here, guys.
Chat not like
Everyone
Evangelion?
typing L right now, guys.
The hell?
Maybe you just don't get Ava. Of course, Ava has got to be on this list, and Ava deserves to be on this list. I don't know where I'd put Ava or Shinji on this list, because how do you objectively judge, not even objectively, but how do you critically break down how good of a series Ava is? Ava to me has been always so personal about Hideaki Anno's story, and I genuinely cannot look at Ava critically, just because even if I try to judge the character writings, which it has, like, Ava does have great characters, especially the original Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's both iconic and interesting as well. It's the closest I think anime has gotten to just being a piece of art. Not even just seeing the original Neon Genesis Evangelion, not even just seeing the end of Ava.
That's the whole thing.
The entire journey of not just Ava, but just seeing Hideaki Anno's emotional journey told through his characters and told through Evangelion as a vehicle. Ava deserves to be on this list. I don't know where I'd put it on this list. It's too important for me. But yeah, moving on. This is a W for me. Moving on to number 8. We have
Sailor Moon. Okay. Nice.
Sailor Moon is iconic. Sailor Moon definitely deserves to be on this list in terms
for sure.
of how iconic
Top
she
10.
is. I can't comment too much on her character because I didn't watch all of Sailor Moon. I only watched what was on television, and I was way too fucking young to judge writing and characters back then. I will say, out of the shoujos that I watched when I was a kid, yeah, Sailor Moon is more iconic, but I'm kind of a Cardcaptor Sakura kind of guy. That's what I got invested in as a kid. I fucking loved Cardcaptor Sakura. That was the magical girl show for me. I'm not going to give a rating for Sailor Moon because I am not equipped to judge how high Sailor Moon should be on this list. But of course, Sailor Moon is going to be on this list. Moving on to number 7, we have
Vegeta, Dragon Ball Z. Okay, and Goku's gonna be up there.
Characters are gonna take up all the spots, aren't they? It's beginning, guys. It's beginning. I would be pretentious as fuck to say that a Dragon Ball Z character didn't deserve to be on this list. I would be pretentious as fuck. But it's gotta be Goku, right? It's gotta be Goku and Goku only. I do think that Vegeta is
Jesus
a
Christ, what's
better
that picture?
character than Goku. I think he's more interesting. I don't think that Vegeta is a bad character. In fact, I like the direction they took with Vegeta. But come on, guys. In terms of character writing, Dragon Ball compared to some of the other characters is here for its lineage. It deserves one spot on this list, and it's gonna be Goku. It's gonna be fucking Goku, all right? Moving on to number 6, we have
Spike Spiegel, yeah.
Spike Spiegel. Now we are fucking talking. W pick.
I feel like this list had more W's than
deserves
L's.
to be on this list. My
Garnt.
number 1 coolest anime character of all time. Goku is cooler. Get the fuck out, man. But yeah, I don't really have too much to say about this. Spike deserves to be on this list. He is also fucking iconic, especially in the Western anime scene. I don't think he deserves to be in the top 5. So I'm gonna give this a W. I definitely think he deserves to be on this list, and it might be in kind of the right place. Thanks to him, I also love a woman that can kick my ass. We are in the big boy numbers now. I hope Boruto's on this. At number 5, we have
No. Oh shit.
It's Goku!
That
He's
sound.
there. He's not number 1! He's not number 1!
Wow.
There are 4 people that can beat Goku!
Who's gonna be
of course
number
he's gonna
1?
be on this list.
Luffy?
Arguably the most iconic anime character of all time.
Krillin number 1?
If IGN had named this list the top 25 most iconic anime characters,
Iconic, there you go.
I wouldn't be upset, but he should be lower.
the fuck?
I know we have to keep the normal anime fans happy. This is all time, guys. This is all time. If it was the most iconic, he probably should be at number 1. I don't have a lot to say about
Yeah.
Goku. What is
That's
there
what I
to
thought
say
the
about
list was
Goku?
originally.
He was an important
Iconic.
part of my childhood. He was the one that taught us the good morals back when we were a kid. But there are more compelling anime characters now if you've watched more than Dragon Ball Z. I'm surprised he's number 5 actually. Goku is more of like the embodiment of the OG shonen protagonist, the OG hero who never gives up, who always trains and always defeats the bad guy. And I think he has his place because I think that he is the perfect protagonist for kids, you know. I genuinely tried to compliment him there, but that came out like a backhanded compliment. Moving on to number 4, we have
Johan from Monster. What?
Ain't no what?
Whoa. That was, yeah, that was out of left field.
This is the biggest W of the list so far.
Often called the greatest villain in anime or in history. Yeah, true.
Yeah, Johan is one of
I never finished
the
Monster.
most compelling characters in the entire medium. There is no villain that is as terrifying and as complex as Johan is. And he remains that way all the way up to the end. I still think about the last chapter or the last episode of Monster where he kind of drops a bombshell that completely recontextualizes his character. Not completely recontextualizes, but even in the last episode,
Monster.
he manages to add an extra depth to his character that wasn't there before.
Kind of got a little slow for me, and I paused reading it, and then I just stopped.
About Johan in the Monster series is that I'm not sure how much Johan is actually on screen, even when there are like
very
10
little
episodes where you don't see Johan at all. You can
very little
feel his presence.
Yeah,
Johan
true.
isn't in the top 20 iconic anime characters of all time. Monster isn't even a very iconic anime.
Yeah, very little people know about it.
It's highly acclaimed by a lot of people, but not many people have watched it. That's why I'm genuinely surprised that Johan is on his list.
That is very
IGN
surprising,
gave
yeah.
A fat W for putting Johan on this list. Moving on to number 3, we have...
Hey, there you go. Number 3 is just going to be Naruto, Luffy, and then who else? Who else would be number 1? They didn't do Yu Yu Hakusho on here at all.
and it's...
Yusuke, maybe?
Back to shonen, baby.
Has to be
I thought you
Yusuke.
were onto something, IGN. I thought you were fucking onto something, but we've gone back to fucking shonen. I think we have settled the debate once and for all. Can Naruto beat Goku? Apparently, yes.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that Boruto's dad is on this list. I mean, we already had Kakashi. I think Naruto is a more interesting character than Goku. Is he the most interesting character in Naruto? No, I don't think so. I have a lot of nostalgia towards Naruto, and it was interesting seeing his journey as a kid and now being a interesting dad. He's an interesting dad, guys. He's trying his best. He's trying his best, guys. Okay, here's the real question. Who's a better dad, Goku or Naruto? Let's have the best shonen dad list. Where's that list? But no, of course, Naruto should be lower, as is a lot of this list. There are a lot more interesting characters, but he gets a pass for being iconic, I guess. I do think Hunter x Hunter characters should be higher than Naruto characters, but Naruto is more popular, so what can I say, guys? Moving on to number 2, we have...
Oh, Edward Elric. Wow.
Yay!
I'm kind of sad that there was no Yu Yu Hakusho on here.
Guys. Oh my god, they put Edward Elric
Totally
on
forgot
here
about Full Metal.
with
Luffy's
his,
number 1. Has to be.
With his thing, with his metal arm, and I mean, what more can I say about Edward Elric? It's Edward. He's short, and he gets angry for being short, guys. That's my boy. That's my boy Ed. Of course, he deserves to be number 2 for being the Full Metal Alchemist. When he said, "I am the Full Metal Alchemist," I was just like, this is all you need to cement yourself as the top anime character.
It's time to go Full Metal, baby.
There is only one spot left for the greatest anime character of all time.
Luffy.
And the greatest
Luffy.
anime character of
Big
all time.
Loof.
According to IGN,
The Big Loof.
is
The Big Rubber Man. Yeah.
Monkey D. Luffy, baby. Monkey D. Luffy is the greatest anime
damn
character
straight. Don't forget
of
it.
all time.
Don't forget it. Don't forget the name.
I'll allow it. Guys,
I'll allow it.
Spot the One Piece fan. We have put a terrorist as number 1 on the list
put a
of
terrorist
best
as number
anime
1. Oh my
characters
god.
of all time. You know what? I think we answered the question. We can't get much higher. Out of all the shonen protagonists, I do think Luffy is the best mix of being an iconic anime character, because One Piece is goddamn fucking iconic. Of course I like Luffy as a character, guys. Okay, my One Piece fanness is coming out. Do I think he's the most interesting character? No. But I think there is more depth to Luffy than meets the eye. Is he as complex as someone like Gon? No, but I do think he's more complex than someone like Tanjiro, for example. I'm gonna go full fucking One Piece fan mode, guys. Out of everyone in this list, if I had to pick a shonen protagonist to put the highest...
Protagonist or just character?
Luffy. Do I think he's the best anime character of all time? No. But I'm in copium mode now, guys. I'm in copium mode. This list was...
He needs to make a list then. I'd love to see his list.
Let's talk about this list, guys. This was definitely an IGN list. Again,
This is the list of all time.
Heavy. Some interesting picks. If IGN had named this top 25 most iconic anime characters of all time, I would have way less problems with it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
These are some of the most iconic anime characters of all time. Whether they're the best anime characters of all time, hell the fuck no. Hell the fuck no. There are some fucking amazing characters that are missing from this list. Even ones that I think are pretty iconic.
Yeah, where's
not
Yusuke?
as iconic as fucking Goku or Monkey D. Luffy, but I still think way more compelling and still really, really iconic. First one that comes to mind, Okabe Rintaro from Steins Gate.
I am math scientist. It's so cool.
Where
Son
the
of a
fuck
bitch.
was he? Mob from Mob Psycho. How
Mob's
are
a great,
you gonna
great
leave
character.
my boy Mob off this list?
Saitama?
Askeladd. Any
Askeladd.
King Vinland Saga character. You don't even need to pick Askeladd. Thorfinn's Journey right now, I would add some that maybe might not be as iconic, but I find just fucking amazing characters. Do you know what's funny though? We almost had every big shonen. There was some series that had 2 spots, but IGN were like, Bleach fans, go fuck yourselves.
Oh, that's a
But
good point,
that
yeah.
was the
No
IGN
Ichigo,
list
no
for
Yusuke. Yeah, what the hell?
the top 25 best anime characters of all
I've
time.
always said
If you don't
ignorance
know, I
can't be
stream on
spelled without
Twitch,
IGN.
twitch.tv/Giga.
That's good.
But anyway, that's been it from me
That's
for
funny.
today. I've been Giga.
Would be interesting to see Garnt reorganize this list using only the characters on the list. Ooh, that would be interesting. Yeah, I'd love to see that too. Yeah, Tanjiro over Eren is that's fucking IGN, man. Yeah, I think they needed to rename that list most influential. That's what I thought it was for like the first half. Whatever.